Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only.
Hey guys, Jacob here. This is going to be this week's vendor reset. It is currently September 9th, 2020, and this is going to be a day late, and I apologize for that, but I've been very busy with a few other things. This week at the base of ops, he's selling the Grudge. This is a named Cmg Banshee Smg. It has 6% Smg damage, 21% critical hit chance, and 3.7 rate of fire. This one actually is not too bad due to the fact the rate of fire is pretty high on this, not crazy high. It has max critical chance, and you can make the Smg damage all the way to max, and I would highly recommend picking this up. Or you guys can farm the loot allocation areas to try to get yourself one if you guys want to find one with better rolls or just different rolls altogether, so that way you can have different things like rate of fire to damage targets off cover or even more critical hit damage. I'll scroll through a few more items here in case you guys want to pick any of these up if any of them pique your interest. But overall, he's not really selling much this week at the front desk vendor. Next up is going to be the clan vendor, and this week he's selling the Lightning Rod. This is perfect salvage, which has pistol damage, reload speed, and if you guys need this, I'd recommend getting it, but a lot of people, I know, maybe a few of you guys have like about 12 of these in your stash box. So, if you guys want it, pick it up. It does cost 15,000 credits, though, so you might be better off just trying to farm this in the loot allocation for pistols. I'll scroll through a few more items here in case any of you guys want to pick these up. They are selling pretty decent tip of the spear knee pads. You can make the critical chance higher or change it to a different attribute if you guys want. There's a few more weapons they're selling. And they are selling a Tactical AUG A3 with max critical chance, so if you guys are trying to get max critical chance on the SMG, I would pick this up and add it to your stat library. After that, that's going to be about it for the clan vendor. The next location on the list is going to be the Theater Settlement. This week he's selling a Surge rifle. This has perfect spike if you guys don't need this. Or if you guys do need this, I'd recommend picking up and adding it to your collection. Personally, I think In Sync is a little bit better than Perfect Spike, but depending on what build you're making, this may be a little bit better. Now, I'll scroll through a few more items in case any of you guys want to pick these up. And that's pretty much going to be about it for the Theater Settlement. And the final settlement is going to be the Campus. This week she is selling the Darkness, which has perfect eyeless. If you guys don't have this, I'd recommend getting it, but most of you guys probably have a bunch of these. Also, to the fact that it was a reward in the Parnell mission. I'll scroll through a few more items in case any of you guys want to pick these up. Overall, that's me about it for the Campus settlement. Alright guys, next up on the list are going to be the DZs. First, if you guys are new, you will not be able to buy stuff from this just like the original DZ vendors when this game first started out, which was original currency. Now you guys actually have to get a different currency. And if you guys already know this stuff, then this is for the new players, like I said. You guys will actually have to go in the Dark Zone, deconstruct stuff, extract it, or open tiny boxes to get the resources to buy these items. They are selling the 511 Death Grips, which these ones have 120,000 armor, 5% armor on kill, and 16.1 repair skill. That's going to be about it for the name piece, and I'll scroll through a few more items in case any of you guys want to pick these up. He's also selling the Foundry Bulwark, and I know you guys can get these from pretty much just farming the gear set loot allocation, but if you're really trying to get your hands on these and you've not been able to get them, then I'd recommend grabbing them. And overall, that's going to be pretty much about it for DZ West. Next is DZ South. This week, she is selling the Badger Tough 0F's chest piece. This one has decent armor on it, has armor regen, skill haste, and an offensive mod slot. Now, just keep a reminder that the mod slots will change in the next update to pretty much generic, so you guys can put whatever you want. So if you guys want to pick this up and just change the skill haste to something like hazard or something like critical hit chance or critical hit damage, then the offensive mod slot can change to something like if you want to put more hazard or have a little bit more armor regen on this. Next is going to be the P90, which this is just a basic P90 with killer if you guys need one of these. Black Market AKM with damage targets off cover, which is 9% if you guys are looking for a pretty high roll on AKMs or just ARs in general. D50, some of the gear set items they're selling this week. And overall, that's going to be pretty much about it. Now, I did say armor regen. I wanted to correct myself on that. I meant to say hazard, which is bleed resistance or disrupt resistance, or if you guys just want to change it to something like a yellow. Alright guys, the final stop on the list for the Dark Zones are going to be DZ East. This week, she is selling a Night Watcher mask, which has 123,000 armor, 100% scanner pulse haste, repair skill, and an empty defensive mod slot. So if you guys need this, I recommend getting it, but you guys can just farm and get this pretty easily if you want in the loot allocation areas. Next is going to be the max Lmg damage on this classic M60, so if you guys need max Lmg, I'd highly recommend picking this up, or if you guys just want to farm areas like I said, then you probably just get it that way if you don't want to spend the credits. Here's a few more items I will scroll through if I could speak. If you guys want to pick up any of these and add them to your library for future builds, or if you want to just add them to your stat library. And that's going to be about it for DZ East. The final two vendors on the list are going to be New York. He's selling a max 21% critical chance on this MP5A2 if you guys need max critical chance. Other than that, he's pretty much just selling your basic items. In case you guys need any of these, I will scroll through them. And the final vendor, which is literally right around this corner, just go through here and go through this tent. And he's right here next to this box. This week, Roy Benitez isn't really selling much. He is selling a Providence backpack, which has max skill haste, in case any of you guys want to pick this up and add to your stat library for future builds, and you just want to roll on something. But here's a few more items. He's also selling max weapon damage on a Petrov holster, if you guys need that. And overall, that's pretty much going to be about it for this week's vendor reset. But thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more Division 2 content, and I will catch you guys all later.